Are we rolling? We're rolling. Hey, everyone. Back with another Siduri banger for you. You know, the entity that we know is Jackson Family Wines. They become quite the entity, right? They're big, but they're big in a lot of different ways, right? So they got high volume production wines like, you know, Kendall Jackson Chardonnay and maybe Camelot and things like these labels that you see, they're ubiquitous in the grocery stores. And then they have a whole range of super ultra premium wines up to their Spires wines, right? The greatest wines in the world, whether it's Verite and you know, Cardinal and Lacoya and these sorts of things. Those are Jackson family wines. And because of some astute purchases over the last few years, wineries like Siduri are Jackson family wines. Bet you didn't know that, right? And Siduri, founded by Adam Lee, who has all his own stuff going on with Clarice and all these other labels. He made very special wine at Siduri. And the thing is, the Jackson family, whenever they made these purchases, they didn't want to screw with the mojo. All right? So you had a lot of the same kind of, you know, winemaking team, elements of the winemaking team there that were there prior to the sales of these said wineries. And Siduri was one of those wineries that kind of just kept rolling the same. You know, basically, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And to the Jackson family's credit, they said, yeah, let's just keep this rolling, baby. And roll they did, and roll they have. And basically what happens is, you know, a lot of wines get lost in the shuffle, even the great ones. There's a lot of great wine getting lost in the shuffle right now. Believe me, we see it every day. That's what we're doing. These videos that you see, a lot of that is us finding these wines lost in the shuffle and getting them to you at really incredible prices. And now we have another wonderful wine that got lost in the shuffle today with the Siduri Anderson Valley Pinot Noir. I think we ran a Willamette Valley Pinot Noir from Siduri a few months back. Same type of deal, and super hot price, same type of deal again. This is a smoking value today. Let's talk about it. So Anderson Valley, one of the premier growing regions for Pinot Noir in California. You know, it doesn't get a ton of run. You know, a lot of Anderson Valley is committed towards making great sparkling wine like Roederer Estate. And then it's always like this place that's too far away for everyone, right? It's kind of like the out there place. It's like, show of hands, how many people have been to Napa? Show of hands, how many people have been to Sonoma? Show of hands, how many people have been to Anderson Valley? And there's like this. A lot of people don't get there, but the quality of the wine is absolutely superb. It's been Pinot Noir country forever, and the top wineries in California that make great single vineyard bottlings, whether it's Williams Selling, I mean, pick your poison, they source from the Anderson Valley single vineyard fruit. Now, in this case, the Siduri Anderson Valley comes from two different great sites, Skycrest and Edmeades. Edmeades, that, you know, really heroic classic site that the Jackson families had their paws in for decades, and Skycrest. And one of them is like more in the northern part, and one of them is more in the southern part. There's a shallow end and a deep end of the Anderson Valley. And they kind of split the difference there. So one area is a little warmer, one area is a little cooler. And when you combine that, you get a very complete bottle of Pinot Noir. Now in 2020, these guys are fire-free. The scourge was not there. This wine is clean as a whistle and beautiful. And the deal is what 2020 was, before kind of all hell broke loose, was a warm vintage. It was going to be a hot year. You know, warm, toasty, like 17 or something like that. And in these hot years, Pinot Noir, you need to go to the cooler sites. And that's what they did. And so the Anderson Valley one turned out great. I can't say a lot of the Sonoma ones turned out as well, A, because maybe potential smoke taint issues, or B, because of just the natural heat of the area in 2020. But I will tell you, the Anderson Valley bottling is ripe, fresh, fruity, gorgeous, and clean as a whistle. This is beautiful Pinot Noir. Yay! So we can't just like look at the label and look at the vintage and go, oh. We can't do that. You got to taste the wine. And there are some 20s that survived the carnage and produced beautiful, beautiful results from this warm, toasty vintage. I'm not going to say hedonistic. This is Anderson Valley, so the wine's not hedonistic, but it has a little less of a cooler edge than some of the classic Anderson Valley Pinot Noirs, but still cool. And The tannins in this wine are lovely. One of the issues we had with 20 was, even before the fires, was we had a hot vintage, and hot vintages usually thicken grape skins and make for more obtrusive tannins, bigger, chewier tannins. And here we have none of that. This wine is classic, silky, and the finish is Anderson Valley. Pepper, mineral, a little bit of that sous bois character, almost that earthy Burgundian character in the wine. It's all here. It's all in this bottling. Not to mention the fact, for those of you who know Siduri, the Siduri house style was always wines of flesh. Cool, but fleshy. And this wine exhibits both those characters. This is classic Siduri all the way. Got scores, 93 points, 92 points. It'll be in the report when you look at it. But beyond that, a hell of a Pinot Noir. And originally around $40 retail. Actually, it is $40 retail. We're going out to you for half that. Maybe even a touch less than half that. Yeah, under 20 bucks for this wine. Legit Siduri Pinot Noir with press, drinking perfectly. And now, what, 5 years of bottle age? What? Come on, come on. Click and buy this wine. The Pinot hits keep coming, huh? What a time for Pinot Noir lovers, my God. Like us, a lot of you are. 10,500 subscribers now? Yeah, we're rolling. And subscribe. Let's make it 10,501. Cheers.